All right, now finally, Wade, we have buy, rent, or burn. People love the buy, rent, or burn.
We love BRB.
We love BRB. Go, roll the big money open.
5.
All right.
Last week, very controversial last week.
It was, wasn't it?
Well, because you and I were not agreeing all the time.
All right.
Oh.
Lightning round. Ready?
Yes.
Ready to go.
From Twitter, @Mahi12. Kroll.
I like Kroll. You know what? I'm one of only. Let me tell you something.
Is that a buy, rent, or burn?
No, hang on. I'm one of the only people in America who bought the Kroll soundtrack album by James Horner.
You want to hear who else?
Wait, did Corey buy it too?
No.
Corey and Mark.
I bought it too.
Did you really?
I did.
God, we're losers.
I can't stand James Horner, but that was one that I bought.
It was a good score.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good score. It was a little story.
I'm gonna say Rent.
Rent.
Even though I don't think it's a good film, it has enough elements in it to make it worth looking at. It's a pre-CGI fantasy film. It's got some nice things going on, and
so
a kid from Marco
Mark,
Polo
was yours you bought the soundtrack? Would you buy the DVD?
I would rent it. I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Good score though.
Very good score.
One of Horner's early.
Moving on.
Yeah,
scores.
next one.
Yes.
From the chat room, Joe Everett, The Invention of Lying.
You know what? What's funny is that Wade lent me that actually.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I thought I would say rent that. It's a great premise. He never Ricky Gervais from The Office, the original British Office. He never develops it and gives it full comic steam. But there's some funny stuff in it.
I really enjoy it, but I'm going to go with Rent as well. I think once you've seen it, once you've kind of gone through the jokes, they don't hold as much joy the second time around. So it kind of burns itself out with one viewing. But it's a really good film.
Martha S. Twitter, Punch Drunk Love.
Oh, I love Punch. I saw Punch Drunk Love at the Cannes Film Festival.
Movie.
I saw that at the Cannes Film Festival in 2002, and I just loved it.
But it's an eccentric movie. It's Paul Thomas Anderson, kind of at his most internal, I guess. You know, it's really a very. It's an odd character that Adam Sandler plays. You go into it thinking, oh, it's going to be Adam Sandler, it's going to be hilarious, and then he turns out to be.
No, you go into thinking it's Adam Sandler. This is not going to be funny. Is how I usually go into an Adam Sandler film.
Well, you know, but
this is the only Adam Sandler film I liked. I got to say,
it is a very good performance by him. But he's so unpredictable and kind of off center that it's a little sometimes hard to get yourself into. So I would say definitely worth watching, but make it a rent.
Buy it. Now what are you going to do?
It's a
TV person.
It's a buy over rent.
Oh,
see?
Rent. It's a Brent.
It's a Brent. Okay, moving on. El Samich from Twitter. Elsa Mitch. How's that? Appaloosa.
Appaloosa is the Western directed by Ed Harris.
Ed Harris.
I like that movie. I mean, you know what? It's somewhere between Rent and meh.
We don't have it.
Do you have a graphic for that? Cue the graphic. Rent and meh.
Yeah, if you have to, rent it, but I would say rent Open Range instead, the Kevin Costner film, which is a lot better.
And from Pooposterous, Beyond the Sea.
We can blame Beyond the Sea for the failure of Superman Returns.
Yeah, we sure can. The whole Kevin Spacey.
The whole Kevin Spacey, who loved Kate Bosworth, and convinced Bryan Singer to hire Kate Bosworth as Lois Lane in Superman Returns.
This is a guilty pleasure on a certain level. I'm going to say Rent, even though this movie deserves to be burned, even though the negative should be burned, even though everyone involved should be burned.
Yeah, you're going to rent it.
I'm going to say Rent, because you haven't lived until you've seen Kevin Spacey let it all hang out in a full-blown dance number with backup dancers just kicking it and high-stepping it like Gene Kelly. That is so embarrassing. It is so humiliating on such an epic scale. If you don't see it once, you will have denied yourself one of life's great pleasures.
Wait a second. I disagree with that. I'll tell you why. Because I saw the screening, and then I went to the after party, which was at the Palladium or something. And he sang. There was a band, and he came up and sang.
I was there too. I remember that. We walked there. We saw it like at the Cinerama Dome or somewhere, and we walked all the way up and around. I remember that. But and we walked there with there was an actress who was in the party we were walking with too.
Yes.
I'm not going to spill all this, but there was.
Who was? It was a Kristen Bell
no,
type.
I'm not going to go into it. But it was. But you were trying to be impressive, and it was very embarrassing.
Mark trying to be impressive. Was she a publicist?
No.
I'm just saying.
Bring it all back
There's
around.
an actress who's been in a Kevin Spacey movie before. I'm just going to say Mark was trying to. He was a little too on.
All right, we're gonna.
So anyway,
so
moving on.
Is there any? My big question is, and that was buy, rent, or burn.
Yeah.
Is there any way to possibly stump you guys? How many DVDs do you own at home? Don't you have like 40,000 or some ridiculous number?
Too many.
All right, so there's pretty much you've seen every movie that's ever existed. So hopefully next week maybe we can stump these guys. Is that what we're hoping?
You know what? Appaloosa was a good one. You see,
It was a good
I
one.
think that you guys thought that we wouldn't know Appaloosa.
You're going to have to go, like, maybe somebody will pull out like a Czechoslovakian festival movie or something that would stump us.
Wait,
Wait, we have one from the audience.
4 months, 12 weeks.
That would be 4 months, 3
4
weeks,
months, 3
and 2
weeks, 2
days.
days, which I love. That is a buy. I love that
That's a
movie.
big buy.
I
all
love
the
that
way.
movie.
That's a Romanian Cannes Film Festival winner.
That's right. That's a great movie.
Wait, we have one. How about this? How about this one from the room? The Stalker.
The
There are
Star.
like 20 movies with that title.
It's a Russian movie called The Stalker.
Oh, the Tarkovsky film.
the
It's just-
Tarkovsky.
it's called
It's called Stalker, by the way, not The
Oh,
Stalker.
Poop
Stalker.
Ostrich said The Stalker.
Stalker.
Sorry, Poop Ostrich. It's
anything
Stalker.
Tarkovsky is great.
That's right.
Boondock Saints 2.
And which one?
Boondock Saints 2, yeah, it's a shoot 'em up.